Hello, I am Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis and an observer of the intricate workings of the human mind. Among my most enduring contributions is the model of the psyche, the ID, ego, and superego, which explains the eternal tug-of-war within us. Today, I will reflect on how these forces shape your responses, particularly in the context of the information age. My quote, "Unexpressed emotions will never die. They are buried alive and will come forth later in uglier ways," speaks directly to the need for self-awareness and balance within these psychic structures. In my time, I applied this framework to understanding personal conflicts, but now it is critical to understanding societal dynamics in the digital era. Let us unravel how the ID, ego, and superego function, how they are manipulated, and how you can train yourself to resist this manipulation by fostering self-awareness and critical thought. The ID, the primal force. The ID is the most basic part of your psyche, driven by instincts, desires, and immediate gratification. It operates on the pleasure principle, seeking to avoid pain and pursue pleasure at all costs. In the information age, the ID is a prime target for manipulation. Social media, for example, provokes outrage and fear to trigger impulsive reactions. Sensational headlines, viral misinformation, and emotionally charged content are designed to appeal to your primal instincts. How it's happening now. When algorithms prioritize content that evokes strong reactions, they are feeding your ID. The constant stimulation keeps you engaged, but also reactive, diminishing your ability to reflect or reason. The ego, the rational mediator. The ego is the conscious, rational part of the mind. It works to balance the desires of the ID with the moral guidance of the superego. The ego operates on the reality principle, helping you navigate the world pragmatically. However, in today's information war, the ego is often flattered or manipulated. Appeals to your sense of self, your identity, beliefs, and achievements are powerful tools. Confirmation bias, for instance, strokes your ego by reinforcing what you already believe, making it harder to question information that aligns with your views. How it's happening now. Echo chambers in social media validate your ego by presenting only information that affirms your opinions. This creates a false sense of being informed while narrowing your perspective. The superego, the moral compass. The superego is the ethical guide, embodying societal rules and values. It strives for perfection and often creates feelings of guilt or pride based on adherence to moral standards. Manipulators exploit the superego by framing issues as moral imperatives. They use language that appeals to your sense of duty, justice, or righteousness, making you feel morally obligated to take a specific stance, even if the information is false or misleading. How it's happening now. Misinformation campaigns often present falsehoods as moral causes, urging people to act in ways that serve the manipulator's agenda. The result is division, as individuals act with righteous indignation without questioning the validity of the claims. Training yourself to respond thoughtfully. To thrive in the information age, you must master your psyche by strengthening your ego and aligning it with the higher reasoning of your superego. First thing you can do is pause and reflect. When confronted with provocative content, pause. Ask yourself, which part of me is reacting, the ID, ego, or superego? Second, you can do is analyze the source. Consider who benefits from the information. Is it designed to provoke, flatter, or manipulate? Third thing you can do, seek diverse perspectives. Challenge your assumptions by exploring opposing viewpoints. This strengthens the ego's ability to mediate rationally. The fourth thing you can do is cultivate emotional intelligence. Recognize when your emotions are being manipulated. This awareness helps you maintain composure and critical thinking. And finally, align with your values. Ensure that your actions are guided by genuine principles, not externally imposed narratives masquerading as morality. Consequences of ignoring these dynamics. Without this awareness, you risk becoming a pawn in the information war. Acting impulsively under the sway of your ID, ego, or distorted superego leads to division, mistrust, and manipulation. This not only undermines personal growth, but erodes societal cohesion and democracy itself. A call to action. The path to thriving in the information age demands a new level of human evolution. Enlightenment, awareness, and psychological resilience are not luxuries, they are necessities. By mastering your psyche, you can resist manipulation, engage with information thoughtfully, and contribute to a more informed and united society. For deeper insights into the current information war and how to protect your mind, visit information-warfare.com. Together, we can rise above manipulation and build a future grounded in truth, reason, and resilience.